Recently, there was this tweet from the Ohsama Sentai King-Ohger account that basically stated this week would have one of the greatest battles in Sentai history. And it's not even like an overstatement. That's literally damn near exactly what it says. And honestly, I'd be kind of shocked if that's the case. I'm not someone who particularly dislikes King-Ohger. I know there's this big narrative going around of people who think it's kind of mid. I actually really like it. I think it's pretty dope. But they have not let those suits outside in like ages. They are stuck in that little like green room closet thing that costs them $1 billion that of course they're going to use a lot because it fucking costs so much money to invest in. I don't know. I just don't see it being one of the all-time greats. But if King-Ohger's going to talk the talk, I figured we'd sit down and watch the walk together since this is going to be like one of the greatest moments in all of Sentai history. So I figured we might as well document it here on the YouTube channel together. And maybe you can write down some of those comments and we can have our first reactions all together, and it'll be like a little time capsule of one of the all-time greatest battles in Sentai history. So the episode opens on Yanma cursing like a little sailor. Jesus, man. How do you expect to sell toys throwing around the f word like that? He's holding what kind of looks like a Wonder Ride book, and he's stating that he can give the other King-Ohgers like this power that will allow them to actually like stand a chance against those like interdimensional like galactic beings that have been in the past couple episodes, which seems highly improbable considering that they're literal like 4 or 5 dimensional beings that can do anything, really. Yo, I did not realize it was gonna be that fast. Like, we're literally 5 seconds in the episode and they're like, yeah, you 5, you 6, go. Fuck each other up now. I'm not like, there's no waiting. I thought there was gonna be like time for me to like dilly dally and like joke around and stuff. No, we're getting right into this. This shit's serious. I'm gonna spoil a little bit here, but from what I've seen on Twitter, this little power up that Yan was talking about has literally been in the intro the entire time. So from what I understand, like the thing that they're gonna introduce in this episode isn't like a full-on like team power-up, but it's sort of like an Abare mode type of situation, or like the King-Ohger like animal, the beast instinct power, where like it's not like a full-on team upgrade, but it's like a little power that they can formulate in the suit. And I feel like that's something that really should have been introduced in like episode 10, like way before we got Gear's crown or whatever. Like that should have been the thing that we use to like fight Racules, I feel. I don't know. Yo, that's the if you remember when they went to jail, like one of the things that I think what Yanma went to jail for was that like he wanted to build like a supercomputer. That's what he was building before he went in jail during that like 2-year time skip. I don't know why I just put that together. That's actually crazy. Yo, Niscopa actually kind of looks like shit right now. I would not want to live here. Yeah, that plan makes sense, but I feel like at least one of you should know, like at least the dude that has the real one should know that he has the real one. I'd assume maybe that's Yanma. I don't know, man. I feel like it'd be pretty scary if you know, they all get there and they have to one by one, like they gotta wait in line like toddlers, all taking their different turns in the little thing. I don't know. I feel like that's a silly plan a little bit. I know y'all like to talk trash about that CGI, but bro, this is where they put the budget. This is where they've been saving for this one. They've been putting budget aside. Hold up, let me bring the light closer. Also, they've been putting budget aside for this. Like they were like, yeah, this is gonna be the one. This is the money shot. Yo, I'm so bright now. This is crazy. Oh god. Slow our roll a little bit. Take them out the closet. Put them on Earth. Okay, we'll bring out the KingOhger models. We already have those mocked up. We don't need to do anything special for them. Just leave them, you know. And then episode 39 is where the money's at. I like that they paired up Himeno with like, what was his name? Grody? Grody. Grubby ass name. You know, he's like the dude that killed her parents though. So it's like, if you're gonna do a climactic battle, it adds a little tension, adds, you know, emotions, whatever. You know how it is. Yo, Rita's suit actor is hard as hell. Fighting with their hand behind the back like that, that's sick. That's actually tough. There's been a lot of like insect puns in like these newer episodes since they've introduced like these like higher beings, and it's actually like a really cool way to play with the motif, because they're not like the insect Sentai, but they're like an insect Sentai, but they're a bunch of kings. So there's like this really cool motif where it's like the 6 of them are these like important royal regal people that like are super high levels of status in their communities and stuff, but like to these space aliens they're just insects, and all of us are just insects and like lesser beings. Like there's this really cool thing happening thematically, and I don't know if I necessarily have all the pieces together, but it's kind of sick. I actually really think that's a really slept on part of this show, if I'm being honest. Oh wait, it literally says it's wrong. Okay. Yo, I was right. Yo, Yanma does have the real one, and he fucked up too. It's over, gang. I just realized he put little pieces of shit in all of those. That boo-boo, I think it's a mistranslation. I think it's supposed to be like poo-poo. These are dead ass little pink pieces of shit. I don't know what the fuck is happening, but this is so freaking cool. This is some of the coolest shit I've ever seen. Like, yeah, the CGI isn't great. I get that. But like these bugs like tweaking out and evolving and stuff, like this is sick. All right, so everything about that little sequence was really cool, really sick. Love it, absolutely adore it. So cool. Kagaragi has this little thing coming out of his ass. I don't know why. Why? Oh, what happened, Kagaragi? You want to use a little ass thing as your you didn't want to stick him with your ass? You didn't want to bump him with your tushy? Huh? You put it on your arm. Put it on your arm. Oh, okay. Why'd you put it in your ass to begin with if you could move it anywhere? If you can move it anywhere, why'd you put it in your ass, man? Why is that the first place you had to put it? Okay, I may have set my expectations like way too low for this. This is actually pretty sick. All right, so I'm not gonna lie. There's a lot of moments in this where you can kind of just pause the screen and not tell at all what the fuck is going on. But that doesn't remove from the fact that like with the music in the background and everything else happening, it's actually pretty dope. You can tell that they know that Rita is like a fan favorite because of just like how much focus they have during like this big climactic battle. Like this is supposed to be like Yanma's episode, first of all, but you can kind of, if this is gonna be like a big thing, you can kind of expect like Red and the 6th Ranger, they're gonna throw them in. But the fact that Rita is getting so much focus during this fight really is saying something about like just A, how popular their character is, and B, just like that's really it, just like they're dope, and like Toei knows that, and that's really all it boils down to. Okay, wait a minute, I may have overspoke. The other 4 got their little moment. You see what I'm saying? Like, you see what I'm saying? Like the little ant colony stuff, dude. There's something there. There's something there, man. Yo, they all just bugging out on their shit right now. It kind of has me rolling a little bit. Just the... That's something I also really like about this show, is that they're not the King-Ohgers, they're the Ohsama Sentai, and I think that's really sick, and I wish more Sentai teams did that. Like, imagine like if they weren't called like the Go-Kaigers and they were just called like the Kaizoku Sentai or like the Ninja Sentai. Like, I feel like that's such a sleek. I feel like it's weird considering it's been like damn near 50 years and we haven't had a single team go by like the more proper title, like the Ninja Sentai, the Kaizoku Sentai, the whatever Sentai. This is like the first team to really do that, and I think that also thematically adds to why they're not the insect Sentai, because they have to be the royal Sentai. They're the royal, I do think they could have been like the insect Ogers or something, the insectors, something like that, man. You could have done something cooler with the insect theme, but we could do insects again, man. we've done cars 18 times and we're gonna do it another one, so we'll circle back. All right. That is the most Sentai shit I've ever seen. Kill the bad guy, dap up your homies, pass the fuck out. They're the Ohsama Sentai. That's how we roll. I love this. Hercules could just do that? Hercules could just show... When did Hercules ascend? Is it when he died? Yo, Kaguragi's still a little sneaky little trickster. I knew he had some shit up his ass. What'd I tell you? What'd I tell you? He had some shit up his ass, man. There's something happening. Hercules back, and all of a sudden now he's back on his dick. Alright, so this kind of, I feel like this kind of takes away from the King-Ohger's win here a little bit. This is why a lot of people think this show is mid, is because they constantly like undercut themselves every time they do something cool, like just sort of handing Gira that crown when they got the upgrade, Gira dying during his first battle, Hercules, and not even like getting close to touching him. Like that's why I feel like that's a big reason why a lot of people think this show is lame, is because like the King-Ohgers don't seem cool. It's always Hercules doing shit in the background that makes him look so much cooler than everyone else in the show. I guess it really isn't Hercules who did everything, because like they still had to kill them. Like the King-Ohgers still had to be strong enough to get the kill, right? Yo, I really thought they were gonna lie to us. That may have been one of the best Sentai fight scenes I've seen in like a while, like a really long time. I will say this is probably gonna be one for the books. So check out these other videos I did on other episodes of King-Ohger in case you missed them. And yeah, I will be back again at some point.